Hey guys, what's up? The Elite 3 here, coming to you with another deck tech, another EDH deck for Magic the Gathering. The last deck tech I did for you guys was Progenitus. So this deck tech, I've made a new deck. I've got Melek the Is It Paragon. He's a red, a blue, and 4 colorless from the new set Dragon's Maze. What he does is he's a 2/4. You play with the top card of your library revealed. If it's an instant or a sorcery, you may cast it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your deck, you may copy it and choose new targets. So yeah, that's my new general. I played in a huge 22 person EDH game at my local business for tournament winnings. Me and my friend, the other guy that's on this channel, the three of us, one of them was in it with me, and we ended up, I countered a lot of the things that were targeting him, and he ended up winning, and we split the $70 in tournament winnings, and bought a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the deck profile. So I'm going to start off by talking about our Planeswalkers here. We have 3 Planeswalkers in this deck. I probably should have Chandra the Firebrand, but right now we have Jace Beleren for draw power. This deck loves to draw more than EDH. Not EDH itself, but the last deck did. Progenitus didn't have that much draw. I know it said it loved to draw. I just love to draw cards in Magic. It's one of my main things I like about Magic is you get to draw a lot of cards. So Jace for the draw power to make some good friends. Raw Zarek, mainly because I'm playing red-blue. This cat, I like taking extra turns, so if I have any way, I have a lot of ways to protect him. Burn spells, counter spells, creatures that are up there big, so I can keep him alive pretty easily. And Chandra Nalar. I'd probably rather have Chandra the Firebrand because she copies instant and sorceries, but oh well. I guess I just gotta stick with what I have. Next, we've got the enchantments. First, like I said, this deck likes to draw cards, Rhystic Study. Then I've got Copy Enchantment, Invasion Plans. This slows down a lot of aggro decks, or makes them weary about attacking. Or, not really. If you're one of the aggro players, you like this, because you get to choose how your opponent blocks, and they have to block. Then I've got Psychic Surgery. This card, a lot of decks like to search, so whenever an opponent shuffles his or her library, I get to look at the top 2, and then I may exile one of those cards, but then I put the rest of them on top of the library, so I get to choose what you get and what you don't get in the order you get them in. And then Mystic Remora for more draw power. And now onto the creatures. I'm running Ulamog the Infinite Gyre as my shuffle effect, my basically my Eldrazi of the deck. Almost every EDH deck needs an Eldrazi. Then I'm running Consecrated Sphinx, draw power, Teferi, make sure they don't do anything on my turn, Magus to get this to run faster, Is It Chronarch, he's one of my infinite combos of the deck, I'll show you that afterwards, Muldrifter, drawing cards, Laboratory Maniac, this guy's one of my alternate win conditions, Jace's Archivist, this guy, you can discard, say somebody likes drawing cards and they have 20 cards in their hand, all you have to do is tap a blue and tap him, you discard your entire hand, and then you get to draw the greatest number of cards discarded this way, so you all get to draw 20 cards. Enclave Cryptologist, to get stuff out of your hand that you don't want and to draw cards. And Phantasmal Image, because it's a general destroyer, or to copy the Consecrated Sphinx. Jeez. Next to the instants. The instants and the sorceries in this deck are the main things that you want to have in your hand, or in your library, I should say, because he copies them if they cast from the top or from your library. So I'm running Lightning Bolt, Magma Spray, and Rapid Hybridization as my 1-drops. This is a instant Path to Exile, or not Path to Exile, excuse me, Pillar of Flame. It's instant speed, rapid, destroy stuff, Lightning Bolt, because it's an easy 3 damage to something. Smash to Smithereens, Final Fortune, Is It Charm, Counterspell, Searing Spear, Peer Through the Depths, Pyretic Ritual, Magma Quake, and Arcane Denial are my 2-drops. I need to put a Sundial of the Infinite in here for my Final Fortune, and then the counterspells, Arcane Denial and Counterspell, Magma Quake, easy wrap effect, Pyretic Ritual adds mana to my mana pool. I'm running Peer Through the Depths because I get to look at the top 5 and pick an instant or sorcery and put it into my hand, put the rest on the bottom. Searing Spear for burn. Is It Charm gives me a lot of choices. I can counter, burn, or discard, or draw and discard. And Smash the Smithereens because it destroys an artifact and deals 3 damage to its controller, so that's pretty good. And then my 3-drops, Seething Song, Dissipate, Pulse of the Forge, and Blue Sun Zenith. Dissipate, the counterspell. Seething Song adds 5 red mana to your mana pool. Pulse of the Forge deals 4 damage to your opponent. If that opponent still has more life than you, then this returns to your hand. And Blue Sun Zenith because this deck loves to draw cards. Now on to the sorceries. Hold on just a second. Yeah. Alright, so the 1-drop sorceries, Red Sun Zenith, and Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting gets you more cards in your hand and gets the stuff out of your hand that you don't want. Red Sun Zenith, an easy burn shuffle effect. The 2-drop in here, Epic Experiment. This is in here because I run a lot of instants and sorceries. If I top deck this, say I have 14 mana, then I play this for 14 because I have no cards in my hand. I get a lot of choices because this deck runs a lot of instants and sorceries. So the 4-drops are Shatterstorm, Shape Anew, and Stolen Goods. Shape Anew is a blue one that gets rid of an artifact. So usually I'll do this on myself. I run Amulet of Vigor, and I really don't need it in this deck. I put it in here for one reason. Or say somebody has just an artifact you don't want and they don't run a lot of artifacts. This makes you the controller of an artifact sacrifice it, and then they reveal cards off the top of their library until they hit an artifact. They put that artifact into play, and then they put that artifact into play, and then put the revealed cards on the bottom. Wait. Then shuffles all of the cards revealed this way into the library, excuse me. Stolen Goods, it grabs you something for free from somebody else's library. And Shatterstorm, because, you know, if you don't have any artifacts and people are going off with their artifacts, it's an easy blow all artifacts up. So then I've got my artifacts for you guys. Speak of the Devil. But I'm running Tormod's Crypt as my 0-drop. Everybody should run this in EDH. I don't know why you wouldn't. My 1-drops, Soul Ring, Elixir of Immortality, Mana Vault, Amulet of Vigor. I don't know why I'm running Amulet. It's just, I guess, a fill space, something to fill up. Mana Vault. The artifacts in this deck like to produce mana. Elixir, a staple in EDH, and Soul Ring, another staple in EDH. Lightning Greaves, Illusionist Bracers, and Swiftfoot Boots are my 2-drops. Illusionist Bracers usually gets equipped into Melek, because if you equip the Illusionist Bracers to Melek, it copies his copy ability. It copies his copy ability, so you get 2 extra copies plus the original. Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves, because they're basically staples, keeps your guys protected. My 3-drops, Basalt Monolith, Chromatic Lantern, and Rings of Bright Hearth. The rings are in here for the Planeswalkers. It copies their abilities. And these are in here because this deck's artifacts like to produce mana. And in EDH, you really need to produce mana. My 4-drop, Vidalcan Ori, makes my stuff flash. Gilded Lotus, this deck likes to produce mana. My 5-drop. And my 6-drops, Cage Sun and Staffin'. Staffin' gives you extra draw power, and plus, you can just ping people at the end of their turn. Say you're playing a 2-player game. Okay, you play this. You pass the turn to them. At the end of their turn, tap, deal them 1 point of damage. Untap, draw an extra card. You just keep on doing that. It gets kind of annoying after a while, especially if they're the one recording the life totals. So I'm gonna move on to oh wow, I didn't even finish the sorceries that I had. Well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But some more of the sorceries that I have, the 5-drops, are Time Warp and Devastation Tide. Time Warp, this deck likes to take extra turns. In my opinion, a blue-red deck always likes to take extra turns. Devastation Tide in case things get a little out of hand. Stolen Identity, this is one of my infinite combos. 8 copies and ciphers. 8 copies an artifact or a creature. The only downside is it copies a target artifact or creature. Then my 7-drop, I'm running Temporal Mastery. Like I said, love to take extra turns. Insurrection, take all other creatures. Time Stretch, I like to take extra turns. This is one of the infinite combos pieces, and Into the Infinite. So then I'm going to show you the land that I run, the colorless land that I run. Terrain Generator and Reliquary Tower. Reliquary Tower is basically a staple in EDH. Terrain Generator, because this deck runs 1/6 non-basic land. So this basically shoves all your land into play. It's running 15 islands. And 15 mountains, so 36 land. Yeah, this is Melek. In my opinion, he's the better of the Izzet generals. I think he's one of the best in my opinion because you get through your library a lot quicker. I know Niv Mizzet is a pretty fun general, but somebody sees you playing Niv Mizzet, they're going to target you. But, yeah. Please rate, subscribe, tell your friends. Like I said, I'll be doing a box opening. I might actually take my computer and my video camera to the pre-release of M14 this, I believe, Friday night at midnight, and do a opening of the thing that I get, the pack, the pre-release box that I get, do an opening of that, and show you some of the cards I get. I'm hoping to build Naya or Bant Slivers for M14. For standard, I'll show you guys that deck if I ever get it built. So, yeah. Peace.